Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 could be coming to 4K from Vinegar Syndrome. Morbius and the Lost City get official 4K release dates. The classic sci-fi horror Event Horizon could be coming to 4K with a Steelbook from Paramount. And what a week for Universal as the Hitchcock Volume 2 4K collection and all 5 Jurassic Park films hit store shelves this week. All this and more in the latest physical media report. Stay tuned. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and this is the Physical Media Report, episode 107. That is right, guys, your weekly dose of physical media goodness, where we run down everything new and exciting in the world of 4Ks and Blu-rays. We're going to cover the rumors, we're going to cover news and announcements, what is coming out this week, the deals. We've got a couple physical media woes to discuss this week as well, but before we get into it, I want to ask that if you are not yet a subscriber to the Mid-Level Media channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for more great content. I do all kinds of stuff on this channel, mostly centered around the world of physical media. So if you like Blu-rays, if you like 4Ks, if you like this if you like collecting the movies that you love, that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. You'll like this channel. Also, be sure to like this video and comment down below everything that we talk about here today. And we got quite a bit of stuff to talk about. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? What gets your juices flowing the most? Let me know in that comment section below. And also be sure to turn on those bell notifications for all future videos. So first off, before I get into everything, the rumors, announcements, I want to thank everybody that tuned in to the 10K live celebration last night on my channel. Everybody that showed up and gave me support, I appreciate you all so much. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, you were busy. I know it was Mother's Day. Go and check out the replay. I did a little drinking. There was a little bit of celebrating. It was a fun time, so I would appreciate it if you went back and checked out the replay. But yes, I appreciate y'all so much. 10K, onward and upward we go. So yeah, let's get started, guys. We're going to talk about, we got some rumors to discuss. We got one very exciting rumor that I'm going to get into right now. This is almost pretty much confirmed, but it's still in the rumor category until it officially gets announced on Bluray.com. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is coming to 4K, or is said to come to 4K from Vinegar Syndrome sometime in 2022. First off, what a year for Vinegar Syndrome. You know, between Drop Dead Fred, between Dead Heat and 4K, like it just, you got the Death Wish Part 2 coming out in 4K. Like Vinegar Syndrome seems to be getting these premier titles. And yeah, they keep going like this. I don't think I'm going to be able to make fun of them as much as I have been, but Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 coming from Vinegar Syndrome is huge news, mainly because that Scream Factory release, which is the best restoration of the film, the best way to watch it, is out of print. You cannot get that thing for under like $100, $200 right now. You know I don't own it. And it's very hard to get a Blu-ray release of Texas Chainsaw Part 2. I'm lucky enough to have a DVD copy, but outside of that, it is very difficult to get a physical copy of this or a good restoration of this in physical form. So this is good. This is huge for me because I finally get to own this film in a you know, actual like watchable format. Like the DVD is fine, but like it doesn't look good at all. So I'm really excited to watch this film for the first time in 4K. I'm sure it's going to look incredible. Like the visuals in this movie is batshit anyway, just out of this world crazy. It's nothing like the first one, just in terms of the tone. But yeah, the visuals in this movie just absolutely stand out, and they're absolutely fantastic. So I cannot wait to experience those in 4K. Can't wait to experience that chainsaw battle between Dennis Hopper and Leatherface in 4K. It's going to be fantastic. I cannot wait for this release. I am so excited for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Again, not yet announced, but heavily rumored. I cannot wait. Are you excited for TCM 2 and 4K? Let me know in that comment section below. Now let's get into the next one. This is Event Horizon. And this is pretty much all but confirmed as well. There was actually a couple images that were put out that are different than the one that I have on the thumbnail. The one I put on the thumbnail was one that I created myself. That wasn't real artwork at all, but this one that we're showing online, I think Dawn of the Disc put this one out as well, just showing the slipcover, but also the Steelbook, which has a slipcover that kind of makes it look like a Lionsgate Steelbook, but this is Paramount, but it looks like Paramount is kind of taking a page out of Lionsgate Steelbook game and kind of stealing from them with the slipcover and just the model of having the artwork on the slipcover and having it fold up, because you have these zombie hands that go in over the Event Horizon cover. But anyway, these are all rumored at this point, not official, but heavily indicated that Event Horizon is going to be coming to 4K from Paramount on August the 9th. So again, this is from the digital bits originally, but put out by Dawn of the Disc. So European retail sources are also reporting that Paramount is preparing 4K Ultra HD release of Event Horizon 1997 for the coming months. We'll post more as we learn it. So that was on the digital bits website. So yeah, this is interesting because, especially because Scream Factory just put out the Blu-ray release of this in 2021. That was actually like delayed for a long time, and it was often rumored that it was delayed because they were going to put out that uncut version of Event Horizon, which is something that everybody wants. But they've also said that that's going to be very hard for them to piece together because some of that footage has just been lost and is unrestorable at this point. So I don't think that we're ever going to get that, or at least I don't know how we would. So a lot of people were saying, I'm not going to pick this up unless it's the uncut version. I really don't see this being the uncut version. I don't see Paramount putting out the uncut version at the end of the day. Like Scream Factory may be able to do it later on down the line, but Paramount's not going to put that work in to do the uncut version. At least I don't think that they will. They could, but I don't think that they will. So yeah, this is going to be coming out from Paramount. Again, it just got a Scream Factory release. The Scream Factory Blu-ray looks really good. So this is one that, unless I hear like just stellar reviews about it, I don't know if I'm going to pick it up. But then again, that Steelbook looks pretty sweet, so I might end up grabbing that one, just the collector in me. But again, it's not one that I feel like I need because that Blu-ray looks really good. But yeah, Event Horizon on 4K. Are you excited about this? Are you disappointed that Scream Factory's not doing the 4K? Are you excited that Paramount's doing the 4K and also doing a really cool Steelbook? They've done this before with Escape from LA because they did that. Scream Factory did that one on Blu-ray, and then Paramount did the Escape from LA 4K earlier this year. So it seems like they're, you know, taking a lot, or not allowing Scream Factory to do the 4Ks is some of the stuff that they allowed them to do the Blu-rays for. So that's definitely interesting. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on this, because I'm really kind of conflicted and kind of mixed. I guess it all comes down to, are they going to come out with a really cool Steelbook, really cool collectible cover with it, as to whether or not I'm going to pick this one up. So yeah, let me know in the comments section below how you feel about Event Horizon coming to 4K from Paramount. Now let's get into the official news and announcements. Not too much to cover here today, but we do have Morbius coming out on 4K, Blu-ray, and Steelbook. I feel like we talked about this before, but it did finally get its official release date from Sony on June the 14th. So yeah, we talked about this in a rumor sense. Like, it's been posted up on Amazon too as well, but it got its official announcement with its official 4K cover artwork and the Steelbook, which the Steelbook is the same that we talked about before, so nothing changed there. We also had The Lost City coming out on 4K and Blu-ray. Again, another one that we talked about. This is the movie starring Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock. This one's coming out from Paramount on July the 26th, so that has an official release date as well. No word if that's getting a Steelbook. I don't feel like it will. But it's probably, you know, going to get a 4K and a regular Blu-ray and probably a DVD as well. But The Lost City, that's one that I'm definitely interested in seeing, but definitely wasn't on top of my top priorities list. That movie felt like the definition of a Redbox rental to me. Like, I'll go to Redbox and get that one. But I don't know. I could get it on 4K when it comes out. I just have to see how I'm feeling. We also have Ronin, which is a Robert De Niro film from 1998, coming out on 4K from Kino Lorber from 2022. So this is interesting because not only is Kino Lorber going after Criterion Blu-rays, but they are now going after Arrow Video Blu-rays, because Arrow Video put out Ronin on Blu-ray, I think, a number of years ago. So this is definitely interesting. Kino Lorber is attacking everybody and getting their 4K rights. So yeah, Ronin I've never seen. I'm interested in. I actually picked it up on DVD from Half Price Books a couple of weeks ago, if you guys watched that video. So I'm interested in checking it out. I just haven't checked it out before. But yeah, so it's not something I can get necessarily excited for, but it is interesting how Kino Lorber's taking these rights and just jumping in and grabbing these titles and putting them out on 4K. Kino Lorber is definitely one to watch. They're one to not be messed with at this point as well. We also have Kino Lorber putting out a couple of other interesting titles. I'm Dangerous Tonight, which is a Tobe Hooper directed, Anthony Perkins starring film. And this is coming out on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber on July the 26th. I've never heard of this movie before, but those two names, Tobe Hooper directing, Anthony Perkins, definitely has me interest, definitely piques my interest. So I might actually end up picking this one up. The next one as well, Planet of the Vampires, directed by Mario Bava, which I really love Shock when I watched it earlier this year, the Arrow Video release. So I'm always down to check out more Mario Bava. And this is coming out from Kino Lorber on July the 26th. The artwork's fantastic. It's got a cool slipcover. So yeah, I might end up buying both of these when they come out on July the 26th. They look like two really cool titles. We also have Green Lantern, Beware My Power, another DC animated film coming out on 4K and Blu-ray. And I imagine it'll get a Steelbook as well. Usually the DC animated stuff does. Coming out from Warner Brothers on July the 26th. We also have Georgia Rule, which is a film with Lindsay Lohan in it. I feel like I've heard of this, but I've never seen it. Coming out from Shout Factory on July the 12th. We also have Fatherhood coming out. This is a Kevin Hart exclusive to Netflix movie that came out this summer of last year. I did not know at the time that this was a Sony property, but Sony was putting out a lot of stuff straight to Netflix with the deal that it would be exclusive to Netflix for I think a year, and then they would put it out physically. So that's why we're seeing it on physical media now. Same with the Mitchells and Machines. I think they had the exact same deal. So Fatherhood's going to be coming out on Blu-ray from Sony. This is actually a pretty good movie, a good heartwarming movie, a different kind of dramatic performance for Kevin Hart. I actually liked this movie when I watched it on Netflix last year. Coming out on June the 14th. We've also got Studio 666, which is the Foo Fighters horror film that I did not see, but this is coming out on Blu-ray from Universal on May the 24th. We got Yellow Jackets Season 1 coming out on Blu-ray from Showtime on July the 19th. I actually am excited about this because I've heard very good things about this show, but I don't have Showtime. So I'm glad that they're doing a physical media release of this so I can actually check it out, because I probably will purchase this and watch it with my wife, and we'll probably do a review or something of it on the channel. I've just heard too many good things about this movie to let it pass me by, so definitely excited to check that one out. We got Deliverance and Bonnie and Clyde getting anniversary Blu-ray Steelbooks zombie exclusives from Warner Brothers on September the 5th. Definitely some cool looking artwork on these. I haven't seen either one of these films, so it is possible that I end up picking these up just to add to the collection, just to add cool collector's editions to the collection of these two films I haven't seen. We also have Crimes of the Future, which is the upcoming David Cronenberg film, which a lot of people are really gushing over the trailer that just released. I didn't watch it because I really don't want to know anything about it. I will end up watching it probably when it comes out. But this is coming out on Blu-ray from Decal, releasing probably on August the 9th. So I'm definitely excited to check this one out. David Cronenberg is not who I would call, I watched a number of his films a couple of years ago. He's not what I would call one of my favorite directors. I really like The Dead Zone a lot. I love The Fly. I love History of Violence. Those are probably my top three from him. Everything else I saw wasn't that great. Videodrome's really good as well. So I'm excited to check this one out. It looks like Cronenberg's swan song. Looks like this is the one that he's probably going to end his career on, because he is getting up there in age. And it definitely looks interesting. So I'm excited to check it out. Crimes of the Future coming out on Blu-ray from Decal, releasing on August the 9th. Now let's get into a couple of physical media woes. We do have the Drive 4K set that is being delayed 1 week due to QC delays. So they need more time to do the quality control and make sure everything's good. So this I have no problem with. You know, if they want to take the extra time to make sure that we don't have to have a disc replacement program, you know, I'm all for that. I wish more people would do that. Again, it sucks that it's delayed. It was supposed to come out at the end of May. Now it's coming out on June the 6th. It sucks that it's delayed. I'm really excited for the set, and I wanted to hold it in my hands as soon as possible. But if you're telling me that, you know, it's going to prevent quality issues, it's going to prevent me having to wait 5 months for a replacement disc, then I'm all for it. You know, do the checks, make sure everything's good, and then get it out to us collectors in tip-top shape. So I don't have any problem with this, but again, if you're excited for it like I am, any delay of any kind is going to be disappointing. So still lump it into the physical media woes. We also have Sacred Spirit from Arrow. We talked about this last week, how they were accused of stealing the artwork for this upcoming Arrow release from a Criterion release. So they replaced the artwork. Now it has new artwork, and in my opinion, it's actually better artwork. So I think they made out a little bit better there. So Sacred Spirit now has new artwork from that last, I think the July announcements from Arrow Video. So that's the physical media woes. Let's get into the deals, because we've got some pretty decent deals going on right now. Not a ton, but some pretty decent ones. First off that we're going to talk about, and we'll talk about it again here in a second, but the Uncharted 4K Steelbook was, I think, over $50. It is now $44.99, so it's actually a pretty reasonable price. Still pretty high for a Steelbook, but a pretty reasonable price. Now, this is not a Best Buy exclusive. You can get this one on Amazon. So if you wanted this one, it's definitely better than the $70 that it came out at when it first came out. I remember it being $70. I was like, $70 for a Steelbook? Like, it's nice, but Jesus, I'm not paying that much for a Steelbook. $44.99 is still a little overpriced, but it's definitely more reasonably priced than it has been before. So the Uncharted 4K Steelbook, $44.99. We also have Dune on Blu-ray for $14.99. We have Last Night in Soho on 4K for $23.79 and Blu-ray for $15.99. No Way Home on 4K for $25.75. So again, guys, I'm saying this one just came out like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Now it's marked down almost a full $5. It was $30, now it's $25. So sometimes it just pays to wait. You got Chucky Season 1 on Blu-ray for $18.59, so that's down a couple bucks. We also had Pig on Blu-ray, which is down $3 for $9.96. Highly recommend this movie. This is one of the best movies that came out in 2021. So if you did not pick up Pig on Blu-ray, this is a neon release. Definitely jump on this deal. And get this movie for $10. It's more than worth that price for sure. House of Gucci on Blu-ray for $15.99 and Halloween Kills on Blu-ray for $14.96, which I cannot recommend that one to anybody, but sure, Halloween Kills. If you want to add to the Blu-ray collection, just because $14.96 is a pretty reasonable price. And lastly, we got to talk about what is new this week. This is a pretty big week. This is where May really gets started. Last week was really kind of lackluster. We only had Turning Red come out 4K, Smoking Aces, which I wasn't really excited for either one of those. I'm excited for a number of things that are coming out this week. So the Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic World, and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom 4Ks are all coming out this week from Universal. So these are standalone 4K releases with slipcovers. They have only released previously that 4K collector set, which I just got in the mail because I went ahead and ordered that. It just felt stupid for me to not order that $40 set with all the movies in it instead of spending $100 on all the individual 4Ks. Yes, I do want, and I probably will end up getting the first Jurassic Park on 4K with the slipcover just because I want it with the slipcover. So I'll probably end up ordering that. But outside of that, I don't need the rest of them. I got them in that set, so I'm fine with that. So yeah, this is exciting. You know, the people that did get a chance to get these, I know people like the movies individually. I definitely do as well. So it always sucked that they didn't have the first Jurassic Park by itself. So now they have it by itself. So people that like to collect stuff individually will have that. So yeah, these are coming out from Universal for $19.99, but except for Jurassic World, which I noticed is at $21.99. So for some reason, Jurassic World 4K is $2 more than all the rest of the 4Ks. Doesn't really make a lot of sense because that's not the most recent Jurassic Park film. But yeah, that one as of right now might be a glitch. It might change when it actually releases or it gets shipped to you. But as of right now, that is $21.99, a little bit more expensive than the other one. So yeah, the Jurassic Park 4K is coming out this week. So again, not new transfers. These are the same transfers that came out from the previous set. But again, it's exciting if you like collecting those individual releases. You also have the Alfred Hitchcock 4K Volume 2 Collection, which is arriving just in time for Alfred Hitchcock Month on the channel. So we are doing Hitchcock Month. I'm going to be watching as many Hitchcock films as I possibly can this month. So I'm definitely going to be watching all 5 of these and doing reviews for them, whether they're standalone or just all in one video. Definitely going to be giving my thoughts on these movies. Definitely go check out my review of Rear Window that I dropped yesterday to kick off Hitchcock Month. So I'm very excited for this set. All 5 movies I haven't seen: The Saboteur, Shadow of a Doubt, The Trouble with Harry, Marnie, and Family Plot, all coming out on 4K from Universal. So right now, one thing I need to point out is the set itself, the 4K collector set itself with all 5 films is out of stock on Amazon, which is something I noticed. That might change as we get later on today, going into tomorrow. As of right now though, guys, that set is out of stock on Amazon. It is still in stock on Groove, and it is $54.99 on Groove. So definitely check out that sale on there because there's might be something going on. This thing might not, it might actually be kind of limited. So I don't know what's going on with it, but definitely get on Groove and order this thing as soon as possible because it's out of stock on Amazon right now, and who knows when it'll actually come back. The individual slipcovers, because you actually get the individual slipcovers with these as well. Which with the previous set, you only got the set, the initial Volume 1 collector set with the Psycho and the Birds and Rear Window and Vertigo. You only got that set and you didn't get the individual 4Ks until later on the next year. With this, you get the individual slipcovers the day of. So these are releasing simultaneously with this collector's box set, and they are all $19.99 a piece. So you're definitely going to be saving if you want all of these films with the 4K collector's set. If you want at least 2 of these, I recommend just buying the set because you might as well get the other 3 for 15 bucks. You know, but if you just wanted like one of them, I would see why you would get the standalone slipcovers. Definitely a cool box set edition, and one that I am for sure really excited about. Now let's talk about Uncharted, coming out from Sony on 4K for $27.96. Also getting that Steelbook for $44.99 and the Blu-ray for $22.96. So I don't really need this. It is possible, because I do plan on doing a Blu-ray hunt tomorrow. It is possible that I go in the stores, I see this slipcover, I think it's really nice, and I buy it. I did enjoy the movie in the theaters. it's just not one that I feel like I need right away. It's one that I feel like in a couple of weeks, it's going to go down to like 20 bucks. So it's not something that I really need to purchase right away. We also have Cursed coming out on Blu-ray from Scream Factory for $24.49. So this is another one that I don't feel like I needed, but I went ahead and ordered it just because I'm a Scream Factory junkie and I really wanted this set. I see everybody posting pictures of it. The slipcover looks really nice. And I do want to watch this movie again. I don't remember enjoying it at all back when I watched it in 2005. I remember it being extremely disappointed in it. But you know what? I want to watch it. I want to talk about it with you guys. So I went ahead and ordered this Scream Factory edition of Cursed on Blu-ray, and yeah, I'm excited for it. And we don't really get a lot of Scream Factory Blu-rays anymore. It seems like they're all going to 4K. So it'd be kind of nice just to kick back and watch Cursed on Blu-ray. We also have The Ghost in the Darkness coming out on Blu-ray from Shout Factory for $22.99. We have Two for the Money, which is Al Pacino, Matthew McConaughey movie that I haven't seen, but you know, definitely with that cast, it has to be at least somewhat decent. Coming out from Shout Select for $17.99. We have Treasure of the Four Crowns coming out on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber for $19.99. We have The Cursed, not to be confused with Curse, but this is coming out from Decal Releasing for $12.99. This is another one that I pre-ordered and I'm very excited to get because I've heard great things about this movie. I think it came out earlier this year. I think it's another type of werewolf movie, but from what I've heard, it's not what you would expect of your typical werewolf movie. So I'm really excited to watch The Curse coming out from Decal Releasing at a very reasonable price of $12.99. We also have Mr. Klein coming out from Criterion for $27.99. And another one, I really ordered a lot this week, but another one that I'm very excited to get, and that is the Friday the 13th Blu-ray Steelbook coming out from Paramount for $14.99. So with this, I think it's just a standard Blu-ray. I don't even think you're going to get that 4K transfer that we got in the Scream Factory box set. But I'm just down to collect all these. I love them. This is completely just for the look of the Steelbook and for the cover. I love how they have the original poster on there, and I love the quotes on the back. So I have to collect all of these that they do. My only gripe is I wish they would speed up the process a little bit more because I don't want to wait all the way until 2029 to get Jason Takes Manhattan. Do 2 of these every year. Don't be so beholden to the anniversary schedule. And let's get Jason Takes Manhattan within the next couple of years, please. I would really enjoy that because I'm just imagining that Steelbook. It's going to look so good. I cannot wait to get that Jason Takes Manhattan Steelbook for sure. We also have the Mikos Jankos collection coming out from Kino Lorber, which is a collection of, I think, 3 movies for $33.49. We also have Dog on Blu-ray starring Channing Tatum, another Channing Tatum movie from Warner Brothers for $22.96. We have The Mechanic coming out on Blu-ray, Charles Bronson film from Scorpion for $27.99. We also have The Beta Test coming out on Blu-ray from IFC Films for $14.99. We have Son of Samson coming out on Blu-ray from Kino Lorber for $17.99. We have The Carrie Treatment coming out from Warner Archive for $17.99. We have Clean, which is an Adrian Brody film, coming out from RLJE for $14.99. And we have Dark Knight of the Scarecrow 2 coming out from VCI for $19.99, which I actually have a physical media copy of already. So yeah, expect me to talk about this one on the channel at some point. I hope it's better than Bride of Scarecrow. That's all I'll say. We also have Sunnyside coming out from Code Red for $19.99. And Kin Season 1 coming out on Blu-ray from RLJE for $19.99. So that is it, guys. Look, it's a pretty packed week. There's a lot of stuff. I just realized I ordered quite a bit of stuff this week. So it's a very exciting week for Physical Media. So I hope you guys enjoyed this edition of the Physical Media Report, episode 107. Please, if you like this video, hit the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below with everything that you're excited for. Turn on those bell notifications for all future videos and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are in the description, and we'll see you next time.